Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next Vice President of the United States, Senator J.D. Vance.
Why don't we liberate these United? They're the ones who need it worst. Let the rest of the world help us for change, and let's rebuild America first. Our highways and bridges are falling apart. Who's blessed and who has been cursed? There's things to be done all over the world, but let's rebuild America first.
Wow. Well, I got to come to Grand Rapids more often. Wow. Thank you all so much. It is wonderful to be here with you all, and I've got to say that this is just an incredible crowd, an incredible turnout. I find it hard to believe. I find it hard to believe that a week ago an assassin tried to take Donald Trump's life, and now we have got a hell of a crowd in Michigan to welcome him back on the campaign trail. Now, I love you too. Thank you, guys. Oh, I heard some OHs, but I'm going to respect Michigan and not respond here. To my Ohio brethren, guys, we got to win Michigan. That's the most important thing this election cycle. Now, I've had such an incredible, blessed week. What a cool thing it was to be asked by President Trump to serve as his running mate and to get out there on the campaign trail. But there's some bad news, actually. The Vice President, Kamala Harris, she doesn't like me. Kamala Harris said something to the effect that I have no loyalty to this country. Well, I don't know, Kamala. I did serve in the United States Marine Corps and build a business. What the hell have you done other than collect a check? What? What has she done other than collect a check from her political offices? And we have to give her credit, my friends. She did serve as border czar during the biggest disaster open border that we've ever had in this country. Let's get President Trump back there, close down that border, and bring some common sense and security to this country. Now, I don't know if you all watched the RNC convention, but some of you may not know me. We had a good time. We had a good time. But some of you may not know me, and so I just thought I'd introduce myself a little bit to those who haven't. I am just blessed, so grateful to be up here. I was born and raised in Southern Ohio. I was born to a working class family, and my grandmother raised me. I called her Mamaw, and Mamaw raised me because my own mom struggled with addiction for a big chunk of my early life. I love Mamaw. Now, she was a tough old bird. She was a very devout Christian. She really was. And not just a devout Christian, but a thoughtful Christian. She put a lot of thought into what her faith required of us. She also loved the Lord, ladies and gentlemen. She could make a sailor blush. But she kept me. This campaign about, if not restoring the American dream for every child in this country. I want your kids to have the same blessed life that I did. And a big belief that I've had for a very long time is that politics, I hate to say it, on both sides, both parties were broken in very profound ways. Both parties, if you remember, signed up for shipping millions of good manufacturing jobs off to Mexico and China until President Trump came along and said, we got to make more of our own stuff. We got to make it with our own workers' hands, and we're going to do it for our own people right here in the United States of America, right here in Michigan. And the thing that is crazy about this is the media says that President Trump, they say this all the time, they're radicals. They're dangerous. I'm glad you all feel the same way about the media as I do. But what is radical about making more of our own stuff in Michigan, in Ohio, in Pennsylvania? Nothing. What is radical about telling the drug cartels and the violent gangs across the world, you're not welcome in this country? You know, there's nothing radical about having a strong national security, that when we go to war, we punch and we punch hard, but being cautious and not trying to get America involved in every flung corner and conflict of the world. Sometimes, my friends, it just is none of our business, and we ought to stay out of it. That's not radical, that's common sense. And there's nothing radical about stopping the poison and the gangs and the criminals from taking care of our country. We got to shut down that border, shut down the fentanyl, and make America safe for American citizens again. I got to be honest, it's still a little bit weird to see my name on those signs. We love you too, thank you. Such an honor, such an incredible honor. You think about how I grew up, and you think about, nobody in my immediate family had ever gone to college. And here I am, getting to represent this ticket in the great state of Michigan, getting an opportunity to earn your vote as the next Vice President of the United States. What a great country this is. Man, I can't get over it. Now, I want to close here in a second because I know the president wants to talk with you, and that's Semper Fi. God bless you, sir. And we're gonna fire this crowd up, and the president's going to do a great job. So I'm going to be out here, I think, in a second to introduce him. But I'm sure each of you had your own favorite moment from the convention, and of course, my most favorite moment, the moment that really brought me to tears, was watching my wife introduce me. And she is not a very political person. She thinks the whole thing's corrupt, and she's probably right about that, but that's why good people have to get in it and fight back. But she just did such a good job, and everybody was so welcoming. But there was one part of the convention that really stood out to me and really broke my heart. I don't know if you watched it. I believe that it was on Tuesday night. And there was a young woman. She was probably about my age, about 40, and she was beautiful and had this very, very handsome son who had lost his life to a fentanyl overdose. And, can you believe it? Can you believe the heartache? I mean, so many of us could never, hopefully, never feel that pain and never know what it's like to lose a child, especially a child that young. But I watched her words, and they were so profound and powerful. And if you haven't seen it, you didn't get a chance to watch it, I'd encourage you to go and watch it, because what she said was really incredible. And, you know, I heard that there were people who were being mean to her online, saying, well, you know, your son shouldn't have taken something to begin with. And I thought, how unbelievably despicable that is. But more importantly, I thought about this as the father of 3 young children. We've got 3 kids, a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And by the way, they're out enjoying Grand Rapids right now. My wife took them out on the town, and they're going to have a good day today. But if you have kids, whatever their ages, you know, kids make mistakes. They just do. And one of the things that President Trump wants to do is build the kind of country where kids can make mistakes and learn from them instead of those mistakes taking their life. Isn't that just common sense? President Trump wants to make our streets safe enough that your kids can make a mistake without it ruining their life. He wants to make our economy strong enough so that you can maybe start a business or start another job where doing and getting a second chance is not something that only happens to the lucky or to the privileged few, but happens to everybody who works hard and plays by the rules. President Trump, in other words, wants to build a country that actually works for the citizens of this country once again. He did it for 4 years. He did it so successfully for 4 years. We've never, think about this, my friends, we have never had an election where you have 4 years of one guy and 4 years of the other guy. And who could possibly reject the idea that 4 years of President Trump has been a hell of a lot better than 4 years of Joe Biden, right? That's right. And we've got an opportunity to do it. We've got an opportunity to win a lot of races up and down the ballot, to re-establish American dominance in energy, to drill, baby, drill, and kick out the drug cartels of our country. Man, what are they putting the water in Grand Rapids here? You guys are a lot of fun. But I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me such a warm welcome, for giving me and President Trump the opportunity to win your vote, for working so hard over the next 4 months, because we want an America that works for Americans, and the only way to do it is to re-elect Donald J. Trump, President of the United States. I'm going to do everything I can. I know you will too. God bless you, and thank you, each and every one of you, from the bottom of my heart. I'm so grateful, and I won't forget it.
Why don't we liberate these United States? We're the ones who need it worst. Let the rest of the world help us for change, and let's rebuild America first. Our highways and bridges are falling apart. Who's blessed and who has been cursed?